Welcome to Epic Elite Cry for Help. Another giant hold quest in this series. So, not much has changed since last video. Let's take a look at the gear. I've got Deadly 9, Concentration 18, just some random goggles. I think I wore these last life, just for the Deadly 9. And got the Flawless Blue Dragon Plate armor now. So this would have been, I guess there's a few new pieces of gear this video. So it's the same as I wore last life, has a little bit higher armor, potency 80 is nice. Yeah, this is like, the blue armor is a caster armor, but it's just what I had, and I didn't want to spend a lot of resources on new stuff. Legendary green steel bracers, not displaying properly, but it's just up to tier 2, and it's just a spell point and hit point item. That also has charisma skills, which I like for the bonuses that gives to intimidate. Ring of Epic Elite, Ring of Shadows. I've got a slot up with Global True Imperial Blood. That's a +1 exceptional bonus to all stats. And it's got Ghostly. That's redundant with my necklace, but I really probably should be replacing that necklace with something else at this point. And talking about the Epic Golden Guile. But Lesser Displacement, 25% miss chance is very nice. Orcish Privateer Boots. Speed 10, totally awesome. Obviously, 2 globes of True Imperial Blood doing nothing for me, but it's just because of the way my gear worked out like a life or two ago. And anyways, this is really about the freedom, the all-on freedom movement. Iron Mist is the same as last level. Guardian's Ring's the same. That belt's the same. Mysterious Cloak. I'm not sure if I had this last video, but I definitely wore this last life. Nice heal lamp, nice MRR, couple slots. This is, of course, from the, I think it's 8,000 of the Mysterious Remnants to get this highest level version of it. Also comes in a bracer form as well. The bracers are has exactly the same stats. And then, yeah, this stuff is the same. Madstone Aegis is the same. Yeah, everything else is the same as last video. One piece of gear I wanted to mention. I know I've mentioned them in a video in the past, but it's been a while. The Epic Goggles of Time Sensing. Sometimes I wear these on my Druid when I would Epic Reincarnate and go back to 20, because it has Insightful Wisdom too. But what I like about this is it's got 5 charges of 1.5 minutes of haste. So totally awesome haste clicky. And these come from the Chronoscope raid. You have to collect the base item and the shard and the seal and the scroll, and then you combine them to make your epic goggle. So pretty nice item if you didn't know about that. Start farming pieces for it on a tune that you'd like to have a nice haste clicky for. And I want to mention one thing on the Epic Destinies side. I want to thank you very much, Amber Scion, for pointing this out. I learned something. That's one of the things I love about doing these videos, is I end up learning stuff too. Because of the comments, so that's totally awesome. So last week I did the Beginner's Guide to Epic Destinies and talked about Twisted Fate and Epic Past Lives and all that good stuff. And what I didn't know is that when you want to change your twists, you can just drag something down and overwrite what's already there. So I can't do it now because I'm in a dungeon, but if I want to put like, I don't know, critical damage. I could just drag it down and overwrite the piercing clarity. I don't have to reset my Twist of Fate. I can just overwrite them. As long as I don't need to change the way that I have the tiers set up, then I can just overwrite them as many times as I want to in a public zone. But like I said, if you do want to change the way that you have your tiers set up, then you will need to go reset them at the Fate Spinner. So thank you very much for that tip. And I did make a note in that video. That is totally awesome. I think I'm the last person who plays DDO to learn that. I don't know why I didn't know that. It's just, who teaches you this stuff, There's no manual with this game. Like, that one just slid by me. Alright, let's do this frickin' thing. So I did a video for this last night. It was late last night, actually early this morning. And I was really liking how the video was turning out too. And I frickin' died, and then I just ditched the video. And I should have just kept going with it. I was right there by a shrine. My knee-jerk reaction when I die is just, you know, just to trash the video and start over. But especially in this series, you know, I mean, I've been dying. I talked about that. I've been dying, you know. But I have been dying less this life than I did the first 2 lives. I died the most during that squishy wizard first life. And then I died in the, you know, the second life, the first of the paladin lives, more times than I thought I would die. You know, I always thought of paladin as being like this invincible machine. I didn't die a ton, but like I said, more than I had expected to. But this life, I haven't died that much. But it just, the video that I was working on last night, it was just, one of the reasons I don't like to script my videos and stuff is just to have a real good organic experience. Just to really capture the moment, you know. And I got in such a pickle. It was awesome that I had to like really try to figure out, and I ended up dying. But I was in the bridge part, right? And there was a champion that like knocked the hell out of me, and I jumped in the water and like went under the bridge like as a safe spot. And then I realized like, I was out of lay on hands. I didn't have any mana. I couldn't like jump out of the water and heal myself. Okay, and then fucking that champion's right there will like cast a magic missile on me as soon as I come into sight, right? So I'm sitting on the bridge like not knowing what I could do. And I was like, there's no place like underwater that I can like get on land to you know, use a spell point clicky, because I couldn't jump and use a spell point clicky. But I ended up dying because I was trying to swim around trying to figure out what to do, and I was getting hit by arrows and stuff. But it was really funny. But what I realized later is I should have just drank a spell point pot. I didn't have any healing potions, because you can drink healing potions while you're in water. You can drink potions while you're in water. So what I should have done is just drink a spell point pot and then jump and healed myself. But I totally forgot about the SP pots because I hate to use them unless I absolutely have to, and I typically just try to save those for like raiding. So one of the things that I'm learning, and I talked about this last life a bit, is, you know, that weapon enchantments or weapon buffs will break Celestia's natural DR breaking ability, or will disrupt it or interrupt it, maybe is a better way to say, make it ineffective. And I learned that Holy Sword does not interrupt it. But, you know, things like Enchant Weapon, Past Life Stance, or Deadly Weapons will disrupt the natural DR breaking ability of Celestia. A couple people had made comments in my last life, you know, like, why aren't you using Momentum Swing and Lay Waste? And as I responded to one of the comments, The answer is simply because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You know, I went back and reread them. I'm like, oh yeah, those sound pretty cool, but I don't know, for whatever reason at the time, it was just like, I don't know. I guess I did either just didn't pay attention to them, or just read too quickly through them to realize that they would be beneficial. And remember, I am a complete melee noob, so I'm not gonna recognize what is valuable to a melee necessarily. Appreciate the comments. A little too late. I can't even test it out now because those require cleave to make them worthwhile from what I understand, and I don't have the cleave feats because I'm using the cleaves from the Knight of the Chalice tree. I talked in a recent video about how, I'll occasionally look at the sort of behind the scenes numbers that I can look at as the owner of the YouTube channel. And I've never had a YouTube channel before where like I had subscribers and stuff, And I never meant for this channel to turn into what it has turned into. I just did the one video demonstrating the Druid build. Because at that point there wasn't really anybody playing the Druid like that, and so just wanted to be able to show like how it played, and it got really good feedback. And so I made a few more videos, and those got really good feedback. So it just all sort of grew from there. But I like to look at the sort of numbers, like how many people are viewing every day, and just where they're viewing from and stuff like that. And it's coming up, things are coming up on 900 subscribers, and I'm about to pass 200,000 lifetime views, which is just mind-blowing to me. And I started to think, like I was wondering, like it's so cool that people are finding these videos helpful and fun and entertaining, and I was I know there's a lot of people making DDO YouTube videos, and I was wondering like why. I wonder why like people are watching mine, because I know there are people that follow my videos and they really enjoy my videos. And one of the things that I thought was maybe it was because like my videos are narrated, and I know that a lot of the DDO videos out there aren't narrated. They're just like set to music, or there's really no sound, and I try to offer like a lot of tips and advice, but that's just like what I suspect why some people like the videos. And then and based on the comments I've gotten too, but I'd love to hear from you guys that are watching. Like if you're somebody that follows my videos, I'd love to hear what you like about them. So I'm already having flashbacks of last night. I want to make sure I don't get to that bridge and not have any mana. So yeah, update 31 coming soon. It is supposed to be on Lemania in the next day or so. And we've already seen the preview of the loot. That's public, so I can talk about that now. And just some, like I mentioned a few videos ago, some really, really nice loot. And it's every time they come out with new loot, when you want it for your tunes, there's that whole headache, like, oh, nah, I gotta move crap around. Now I gotta figure out where am I gonna slot PRR, where am I gonna slot con, where am I gonna get all these things from? So I'm experiencing the headache because there's like 3 items I want to get for Gingerspyce when she goes back to Druid, and it may just end up being 2 items. I know I want the helm. The helm is so awesome. And the helm, and if I get the cloak too, then that pretty much, between the helm and the cloak, almost makes my Thunder Forge obsolete, except I've got 17% universal spell lore. It's the only spell lore I have. And I don't want to get rid of spell lore, but I don't want to have that weapon just for that. These are the things that keep me awake at night. So I was looking at green steel weapon option. So this is what it was. So I was like under here, right? I had like 70 hit points, no mana, no lay on hands. I had like a champ and another Rakshasa on the bridge above me. So as soon as I came out, like they'd hit me, and then you go underwater, there's nowhere to go here. You know what I'm saying? Until you get the secret passage. And if you didn't know, there's like a secret. There's an underwater secret door here somewhere. And then there's a lever there, and that opens up that gate. You can see the map goes that way. And then there's just a couple rooms after you swim through an underwater tunnel. There's a couple rooms. There's a chest. There's some mobs to kill. There's a chest. No big deal. It's just trash loot, but it's there in case you didn't know. Well, yeah, I was stuck under that bridge. It was so funny. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Oh, we gotta get rid of this champion. guild, High Lords of Malkier on Sarlona. It's getting really close to guild level 200. We're got about a quarter of the bar to go to 199. And I'm gonna do a big guild level 200 party for the whole server. Probably gonna do like 200 trivia questions and maybe some like other games and stuff. So you heard it here first. And we'll be the first large guild on Sarlona to reach 200. There are some micro guilds that have already reached it, and actually some of them have been there for a while. But all the other guilds on Sarlona, you know, these are like 5-person guilds, and they get those giant bonuses to renown. Oops, gotta go shrine. I don't want to be in another end fight without my holy retributions. I've already done that too many times this life, and it captured a couple of those times on video where, you know, I stepped into a quest without having them all, or I went into the end fight without having them all. And I always thought this hall looked cool with all the symbols in there. It's very colorful. I was on DDO cast on Saturday, and the topic was shorthanding raids. And we were just talking about what's coming in the pipeline. I made a joke about how, like, you know, well, we were talking about how, like, some of us are feeling a little in the dark about how the producer letters are quarterly, and we're overdue for one right now, and we don't really feel like we know what's coming down the pipeline. And I said, all will be forgiven if Tomb of Horrors is the classic module that comes out in Halloween. Because if you don't know, we're supposed to get another classic module this year, and it's going to come out like around Halloween time, and it's going to be like Halloween themed. So people are speculating like Ravenloft or Tomb of Horrors or Ghost Towers of Inverness or whatever. Some of the ghostly themed, spooky themed classic modules. So it would just be so cool if like the heroic version of it was like Tomb of Horrors, and then the legendary or epic version was Return to the Tomb of Horrors. They came out with a Return to the Tomb of Horrors, like, I don't know, maybe it was like in the 90s or 2000s. I actually just sold mine a few years ago. I had the box Return to Tomb of Horrors, and I sold it online for like $50. Because it isn't out of print. I probably should have held on to it, but get too much junk laying around, Kind of a minimalist in real life. One of the things I learned relatively recently, I don't know, it might have been 6 months ago, I didn't realize that you could open this chest right away and, spawn these guys. I thought you had to kill the jailer first. I just what I'd always done. And then I was in a pug and I saw somebody just go do the chest right away. And I'm like, oh, that never occurred to me. So you can fight all this crap at once if you want to. wonder if Lothar the Insidious is named after Lothar of the Hill People, which was a Saturday Night Live skit from like the late 80s. Mike Myers played like this caveman kind of character who was named Lothar of the Hill People. Or I think it was Kevin Nealon was in that skit too. It was pretty funny. You should check it out online. Classic SNL. Let's see, I'm forgetting all my freaking clickies like I constantly do. I didn't have righteous zeal going. I don't even know if that's what it's called. Zeal of the righteous. Wasting everybody's time here. Jailer Koki's just waiting to die. So this should ding me to 27. That means only 3 levels to go until I go back to Druid. I am so excited. And I am going to do another series. Don't know if I'm going to do a trailer for it. Was struggling on finding a song. I found a song that I think I want to do, but I don't know. Usually when I do these trailers, like, I have in my mind what I want it to be ahead of time. And like I'll have a song in mind. I guess I didn't with the trailer I did for this one though, honestly. I just took a bunch of clips and sort of just smashed them all together and then edited them down until it turned into something that I liked. Guess I could do something like that again. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet though. Like the Gingerspyce's Deep Gnome Guide to the Pure Druid, not Pure Druid, Caster, Healer, Quasi Tank. It's a little long title. I'm gonna have to parse that down. Why do I have nothing in my hand? Alright, that took way too long. Thanks for watching. If you have questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. And if you're on Sarlona, you are welcome to send me a tell.